Welcome to Holy Basil, otherwise known as Tulsi, and your brain. So this is an extraordinary herb, right? It has a long, long history in India and Ayurvedic medicine and in traditional Chinese medicine, and of course it's been moving into the West. So let's talk about it. So first of all, we don't want to confuse Holy Basil, otherwise known as Tulsi, which is Ocimum tenuflorum, my apologies, with sweet basil, otherwise known as common basil, which is Ocimum basilicum, right? Both in the mint family, both basils, overlapping properties, but real differences. For one, holy basil is really bitter, and sweet basil is obviously sweet. So real differences in their properties there. Sweet basil tends to be used more in culinary fashion, although it does have some profound medicinal value. And holy basil is more commonly used medicinally. And we're going to talk about it here specifically in terms of the brain, right? So in traditional Chinese medicine, it's known as a Shen tonic. Tonifies the spleen, tonifies the kidneys, tonifies yang. So with Shen is your consciousness. It's your awareness. It's that when it's steady and clear, you sleep well, you can look people in the eye, you know your purpose, you can go out and achieve it, you don't have foggy brain, you have a strong sense of well-being, right? Tonifying the spleen, we know this is in traditional Oriental medicine, has another aspect of physicality that is associated with the brain. It's this idea of your capacity to think, to not be overthinking, to be clear in your intellect, right? To have cognitive function. And of course, tonifying the kidneys are the source of brain and mental, emotional development, right? So you want it to be strong and healthy in this way. Right? Stress, fear really impacts the kidneys, right? This is an adrenal tonic herb, and it can come in and help support that to help prevent brain difficulties from Alzheimer's to dementias and everything else. So now if we look at it from, from other perspectives, so this is an herb native to India, has a huge history in the Hindu tradition as one of the most sacred herbs. It's often planted at temples. Its holy name, Tulsi, actually means the incomparable one. It's considered an elixir of life. And it is considered one of the very few herbs that can harmonize the bioenergetic fields of the body, and in particular the chakras. And this is the energetic system that comes out of the great Hindu traditions. And there's not a lot of herbs that are said to go in and do that. And holy basil is one of them. So right there you have this powerful aligning energy, right? From the core of the being right up through the brain and up and out, right? Modern day studies have shown that holy basil is very good at protecting and improving memory. One of the signs in Alzheimer's is suppressed acetylcholine, and holy basil comes in and helps counter that neurodegenerative activity, right? Improving cognitive function. Stress really can impact brain cell signaling, neurotransmitters, hormones. Holy basil comes in and helps counter all that stress on the body, reducing inflammation, including for a wide variety of other diseases beyond the brain. We're talking specifically about this herb with the brain today, but we're talking non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, renal, upsets, cardiovascular disease, metabolic syndrome, and on, right? It's an important herb. Recent studies with rats, they did it with chronic noise. What is our modern world with all our headsets on all the time and the noise of urban areas and transportation and even the country? Noisy, very hard to find a quiet place anymore. And what they found was that rats repeatedly, exposed to chronic loud noise, damaged DNA, suppressed neurotransmitters, weakened immune systems. And we get so used to some of our urban life, we forget that they are incredibly loud environments. And it was found that a daily dose of holy basil really helped protect the brain function, and it significantly reduced the negative impact of all this noise on the neurotransmitters. They did another study about how holy basil can protect your brain from environmental toxins. This includes heavy metals like cadmium and arsenic and mercury and chromium, right? So those are industrial pollutants. They can protect from stroke, like we've already talked about stress, physical strain, right? It also helps protect your brain from the effects of radiation and pharmaceuticals, including acetaminophen, meloxicam, paracetamol, haloperidol, and even anti-tubercular drugs, right? So this is a powerful herb and it's gentle. It's really safe to use. The compounds orientin and vicinin that are found in holy basil are known to help protect against radiation caused by X-rays, nuclear reactors, and other kind of environmental exposures. So this is an important herb. It's not the same as sweet basil, lovely, delicious, also very powerfully healing, calming, and helping to counter depression and things like this. But here's holy basil and how it can really help support spiritual function, but also brain function. Think you might want to get some. Got a question or comment? Please leave it below. I'd love to hear from you. You might want to visit our website to find out more about this amazing herb, White Rabbit Institute of Healing.com, and don't hesitate to reach out. We always like to hear from people and know what you're up to. Thanks.